the early stages of labour, many women will continue to eat a normal diet, and some find that eating foods high in carbohydrate, like pasta, may help to maintain their energy levels later on. Other women find that eating a heavy meal doesn't appeal, but they may want to eat small snacks and pieces of fruit.
When I was having Ella, I went into labour and I thought, bowl of pasta with grated cheese on top, that gave me lots of energy to see me through if I don't eat. So we did that, and it did. It gave me loads of energy, 12-hour labour, perfect. With Jude, of course, the bowl of pasta that I had didn't really make that much of an effect. I think I had a slice of toast and half a biscuit in the entire 37 hours. So it's no wonder I was utterly exhausted.
Well, there's been this thing for years because women have been starved in hospitals with the underpinning of so they're not sick and get what's called Mendelssohn syndrome, whereas when you inhale vomit. So they've been starved to protect them from that. So there's been a lot of changes around that area so that women are not starved and so that they are given free rein to eat what they want and drink what they want in labour, because there are reports of women being starving in labour. But I do believe, and I've seen it so often, that women, once they're in very strong established labour, they don't normally want to eat. You shouldn't deny women food when they want to eat, but nor should you force it on them if they don't want to eat. They should be guided by themselves. So there's been a huge move to almost like encourage women to eat, but sometimes they don't want to eat.
If you're labouring in a hospital and are having a perfectly normal labour, you'll be encouraged to eat small amounts at regular intervals of high carbohydrate foods, such as bananas and toast. Fruit juice drinks can also be consumed. However, if you're in a high-risk group with raised blood pressure, being induced, or have a previous caesarean scar, it's preferred that you do not eat in case you require an emergency caesarean section.
And certainly in early labour, you will feel like eating. So it is good to have a few bits and pieces, because you never know whether you'll fancy something savoury or whether you'll fancy something sweet. You know, although you're feeling like lots of sweet foods now, when you're in labour you might fancy, I don't know, a sausage roll or something.
Yeah, I don't normally eat sweet things, do I? That's the silly thing.
So it's best to have a little selection of, I always say get some grapes and a few bananas, so you've got some, like, a little bit light food to eat, and then maybe a few little sausage rolls or some little chocolate biscuits, you know, just bits and pieces that you can eat, a few crisps in case you want something salty. You know, it just depends what you... But most women just want, you know, a biscuit or something, or a piece of toast.
I remember having sips of water, and I remember someone making me a cup of tea but not drinking it because it made me feel sick. And especially once I was having the gas and air, from then I definitely didn't want to eat. So no, I hardly ate anything, which when you think back, I had essentially physically run a marathon with no nutrition being put into my body. And, you know, when I'm teaching dance or Ella's playing tennis, we're always saying you have to make sure you have a good meal and have plenty of food inside you. It's your fuel to get you through. And I didn't eat anything. And I know that my sister was making sandwiches, or somebody was making sandwiches, and there were lots of biscuits floating around and toast being made because I could smell it. But I don't actually recall eating hardly anything at all. I think I was trying so hard to focus on the matter in hand that eating would have just got in the way, I think. I mean, I know I didn't drink as much water as I should have done, and I'm really good about drinking a lot of water each day. And I was so hot, it was a really hot day, and I know I was sweating profusely, and I should have drunk loads of water, but no, it all just didn't even occur to me that I had to do it. Oh, the grape was a big mistake. Friends of mine who have had babies, none of them seem to eat that much. They might do the day before. They tend to eat a lot more before they actually go into labour. I think that's your body's way of gearing yourself up for it. But even then, I don't think I ate particularly a lot.
If you're labouring at home, you can decide on what you eat and when. Sometimes midwives recommend making up high-calorie drinks to be kept in the fridge for those times when tiredness takes over.
Milk with additive, you know, like the stuff you make a milkshake. Spoonful of honey, nice high-calorie protein drink. Women feel a bit faint.
Honey can also work as a quick pick-me-up, and others find grapes to be the perfect snack.